I want to ask, I know Max kind of mentioned, I asked him what it meant to have you back to this team, and he went through your, veteran presence and all the things you do for this club. And one of the things he said was how you would text these guys even when they were on the road and you were still back here rehabbing because you wanted to be in the loop. And why was that important to you? You've always I've known you for a long time now, and that's always been who you are. But with this club, a lot of younger guys knowing and watching what they're going through, why was that so important to you?
Let them know that I'm going through it with them. Just because I'm not able to help anytime, let them know my phone's open. If you want to talk, whatever the case may be, let them know that I'm grinding with them. I'm working my tail off here just as hard as they're working out there trying to get those W's and get another pennant back up there for us. And I just want them to know that, regardless of the outcome of what happened that day, I'm still able to contribute at some point.
Well, I know you weren't in the celebration in Philadelphia, but over these next couple weeks, the goal is to be back there doing it again a couple more times, right?
Yes, that's for sure, yeah.
What makes this club, in your opinion, the one that should be able to do that and make a deep playoff run?
The adversity we battled this year, from the pitching staff standpoint, the two big boys going down early on, the guys coming up and filling in, the bullpen doing their job consistently from day one, the hitters obviously doing what they're doing on a nightly basis, and that, from a pitching standpoint, gives us motivation as a rally for us to go out there and do the thing. And the fact that we turn the page every single day, regardless if we win or lose, that's the biggest thing.
Can't wait to hear that Jack Harlow track drop for the first time when he gets back out there. Bryce Elder gets the nod today. The big Texan looking to continue his run. Braves Live continues after this. In the series finale against the Philadelphia Phillies here at Truist Park. He'll make up the home half of this Comcast Business pitching matchup. The up and down season that is Aaron Nola's will continue here against the Atlanta Braves. And when it comes to Bryce Elder, it's been a little bit of up and down recently. Down the last time against Miami, but everybody got knocked around there. Not the start before that is where he was locked in, Pete.
Don't focus on last start. He drew the short straw and had to start the game after they clinched. I dare say there might have been a couple of goggles on that not used to seeing when you're pitching. But he's had a full week of preparation, back to normal. He faced the Pirates, a team that he'd faced just a couple of times before that. So that's the numbers you've got to look at. 9 Ks, 7 innings, 4 hits. That's the Bryce to expect tonight. And today. That's the Bryce to expect today. against these Phillies.
Talking, we're getting locked in the early matinee matchup against these Philadelphia Phillies. We'll put a bow on your pregame coverage on the other side. Stick with us on Valley Sports. Outside on the Battery at Truist Park, getaway day against the Phillies. Pete Moylan, Trevor Scales taking care of you right up until first pitch. We might as well go ahead and give the people what they want, Pete, before key to the game.
Today's quite simple. We have to deliver a message. What message is that?
What is that?
We went to your place. We took 3 out of 4. We clinched the division. We win 2 out of 3 here at home. I think we've sent that message.
Yeah.
We're a better team than you are. And we're not afraid of you. And we're looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks if you get to make it.
Jesus, I like it, dog. Like, just firm, concise, and emphatic in what they are getting ready to do out here, because they're perfectly capable of it. We've seen it time in and time out. And again, it's just a subtle reminder to the folks that may have forgotten what this Braves team has done.
A little bit of a lull.
Wins.
We went on a lull.
Yeah,
that's fine.
You acknowledge that, but you put it behind you. As we will do this show here, as we move on to the other side, you will have your Atlanta Braves squaring up one more time against the Philadelphia Phillies this season. Just 7 home games remain in this 2023 campaign. We'll hit the road next, but right now the business to handle is right here at Truist Park. Brandon Gaulton, Jeff Francoeur, and Kelly Crow have your call coming up on the other side. Enjoy some Braves baseball, folks, and we'll see you for the stretch.
has been a matchup full of milestones and memorable moments. This one to left field. There's number 50. Andrew Jones has company at the top of the mountain. 51 for Matt Olson. Struck him out. The Braves are the kings of the East yet again. 6 straight division crowns for Atlanta. And the finale today could provide more history as Ronald Acuna Jr. sits on the cusp of 40 home runs. Join us for all the fireworks next on Valley Sports. Baseball on Valley Sports is presented by Truist. A matinee to finish off the 3-game series and the season series between the Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. It was a quick sleep, but we are back and ready. Brandon Gaudin and Jeff Francoeur from the broadcast booth. Braves getting the win yesterday, snapping the 4-game skid. Ronald Acuna was the headliner again. 2 home runs, and Jeff, he's getting closer and closer to a 40-70 season.
I tell you what, we need 1 home run. We need 3 stolen bases. Why not do it today? But it has been incredible. And again, I think I already think he's the MVP, but if you get 40 and 70, I don't think there's any doubting what he's done. It's been an unbelievable year. Ask any guy in the league. They'll tell you exactly he's the MVP of the National League.
And 2 homers last night to get to 39. He also had a stolen base to get to 67 in that department. And then you look on the mound today. Bryce Elder is going for Atlanta. Last time out against Philadelphia earlier in the year, he was sensational. Hopefully the Braves will get more of that today.
Yeah, and the one thing I like about Bryce is he's been getting 19 strikeouts his last 3 outings. So he's been racking up the Ks, but again, he's been going 6 innings almost every single time. They'll sprinkle in mid-5 and even 7, but he's been so consistent with the ground balls. And like I said, he just continues to be that guy that is consistent every 5 days. Hopefully the Braves get a win and a happy flight.
That would be nice to have a happy flight up to D.C., but first, see if the Braves can take care of business here in Game 3 of the series. Braves and Phillies coming at you next on Valley Sports. Ball is brought to you by the Xfinity 10G Network. The future starts now. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life. A bright and sunshiny day at Truist Park. Bryce Elder ready to go here for Game 3 of the series against the Philadelphia Phillies. And for more on the double nickel, let's go down and join Kelly Kroll.
Thanks a lot, BG. One of the things Rick Cranen said, he'd really like to see it rolling a little bit more for Bryce Elder. The seamer, he goes, we all know how tough Slater is. It's really been the four-seamer that's been
carrying a big part of the load for him. He goes, surprisingly, but that's been a very effective pitch. But his bread and butter, you guys, that right sink, the ground balls, they'd like to see him get a little bit more of that. But hey, a good problem to have when you've got so many options, and they were all working against the Phillies the last time he faced them.
Yeah, June 22nd, 7 innings, no runs, 6 strikeouts. Just a few hits in that outing. Hopefully he's got a duplicate effort here today. The lineup that he's going to be facing is presented by your local Toyota dealer. A couple of changes for Rob Thompson with a quick turnaround for the day game. Jay Cave will get the start over at first base, and Garrett Stubbs will catch instead of JT Realmuto. Jeff, Ford Keys.
Well, first, can we see? I mean, God bless, it's bright. I can't see anything up here, but for Bryce, you might get to face these guys here in the postseason, leave a lasting impression, and of course, you win 2 out of 3, you get a happy flight.
We are caught off guard.
God.
Normally for day games, the sun is not.
I guess I'm used to that
coming up here like
140
this.
start.
Yeah, it is just blinding up here in the booth.
Oh my gosh.
So if we call a grounder a homer or something, that's why. Elder facing Kyle Schwarber, I think. Elder's into the wind, and here we go. High and outside. So the Braves losing game 1 of the series 7-1, but last night bounced back in a big way. 9-3 win. Braves pounded out 13 hits to get back in the win column. Kyle Schwarber 2 for 9 in the series. But Bryce Elder missing on the first 3 pitches, uncharacteristic for him.
Now, Bryce, his only home loss this year, partner, June 11th versus Washington.
A 12-4 record for the All-Star pitcher, and there's a strike at the knees. Nicky Lopez getting the start for Atlanta instead of Orlando Arcia, just giving Orlando a day off at the shortstop position. But Schwarber starts the game with a free pass. The 3 true outcome man. It's either a strikeout, a walk, or a homer for Schwarber, and that's kind of been the case in this series, as it has been for him all season. Now the shortstop, Trey Turner. The 13th and final meeting between these two teams this year. Atlanta right now has won 8 of the first 12 games head-to-head against Philadelphia. And as Jeff and I have talked about the last couple of days, it's a very real possibility that these two teams could meet again in the postseason.
Yeah, at this point, it looks like it's going to be up to the Phillies if they want to make it happen, because the Braves will be here.
Phillies still holding on to the top wild card spot in the National League. 0-2 misses outside. A ball and 2 strikes to Turner. When the Phillies leave here, they go home to host the Mets for 4. Then they host the Pirates for 3, and then they go to the Mets for 3. So you would think some teams that have struggled this year that maybe they can take advantage of. Full count here, so Elder struggling to find the zone to start the game.
And like anything, this is not a lineup you want to give too many free passes, just because of the power they have up and down through their lineup too.
Saw that power 2 nights ago when they had 5 home runs here against Atlanta. That's another walk. Bryce had just one walk combined in his last 2 starts, but now he begins this ball game with a pair of consecutive walks.
Well, and you figured sometimes for him, I think with the lefty when it leads off, because of that sinker, he has trouble sometimes finding it. That's why after Turner he got ahead like he did. You figured, okay, now he's got the righty, but missed big on that one.
So Sean Murphy has a quick word with a right-hander. Bryce Harper 2 for 8 in the series, both hits, home runs. Yesterday he had the 3-run shot, which provided the only 3 runs of the game for Philadelphia. Ground ball, Lopez right there. He'll do it himself. Double play, and a big double play for Bryce Elder.
Well, Brandon, that's been his calling card, even when he has got behind, walks. We've seen him how many times get guys on, load the bases, but he makes a pitch when he needed to. Good play by Nicky Lopez, taking himself 2 outs.
Nicky, who has played all over the Braves infield since coming over from Kansas City, makes the play there. So 2 away, runner at third, and now here is Alec Bohm. Is there room for Murphy? Just not enough into the front row. The double plays. Now he is tied with Logan Webb for the most induced across Major League Baseball this season. And he tries to get out of this without any damage done. Here's a 1-1 to the cleanup hitter. And it's a single to left that will drive in Schwarber and give Philadelphia the 1-0 lead here in the first inning.
Yeah, Bryce just caught too much of the plate on that sinker. He got him last time. See, Murph was set up more white line, and Bohm put a good swing on it.
Career high 92nd RBI of the season for Alec Bohm. The Phillies draw first blood, and now Bryson Stott, the batter, takes a pitch outside. This one shot the other way toward the line, but it goes foul by about 5 or 6 feet. 30th start of the season for Bryce Elder. He had that great start June 22nd against the Philadelphia Phillies, where he didn't give up any runs through 7 innings, but falling behind here in the first inning 1-0. I think we'll be able to see by the 3rd inning. That's what I'm guesstimating.
That's my hope. This is jamming me up.
Jeff's sitting about 6 feet behind the actual.
Like you when a foul ball comes.
Downstairs. I tell you, I made a pretty athletic move getting out of the way of that foul ball.
If that's what you're going with,
I just can't
go for it.
Can't teach it. It's innate. Hey, Smoltzy got out of the way too, Jeff. 3-1.
Yeah, but he had flashbacks.
That's true. Hitters count to the second baseman, Bryson Stott. And Bryce walks Bryson. 3 free passes here in the first inning. That is very uncharacteristic for Elder.
I see Rick Cranitz moving around down there. I don't think he's too happy. 12-20 day game and your defense is standing out there will not make you happy.
And not how he envisioned this one starting. Now Brandon Marsh will get an opportunity. He swings and misses at the slider down in the zone. Nice block by Sean Murphy to keep Bohm at second and Stott at first here. And 1-2 now. Four-seam fastball upstairs that Marsh swings and misses through. Another 1-2 from Bryce. The count evens up. Another good stop back there by Murphy. Last night between Strider, who went 7, and then Minter and Jimenez, the Braves did not walk a single batter. But 3 walks given out here in the first inning today. Now Bryce trying to get out of this with just a 1-0 deficit. Ground ball. Lopez gets to it. That is a wonderful play. Nicky Lopez, he provided all the defense in the top of the first inning, and this saved a run. Well, that didn't take long. Acuna gives this a ride to straightaway center field. He got another one. 39 on the doorstep of 40 for Ronald Acuna. And he's on the doorstep of 70 stolen bases as well. 2 homers and a stolen bag last night, and he's back at the top of the order for Brian Snitker, the lineup from your local Toyota dealers. So Nicky Lopez, who flashed the glove defensively there in the top of the first, is in the lineup today. He is hitting 9th, so Michael Harris bats up, or moves up, I should say, to the 8th spot in the order. And all of those hitters will be facing this man, Aaron Nola.
It's interesting, Brandon. He has had such an up and down season. He's gone through great stretches. 4 and 5 starts ago, 7 innings, twice in a row, no runs, 1 run, and now he hasn't got through the 5th his last 3 starts, so it'll be interesting. Again, you know, Wheeler's their game 1 starter. You get the feeling Nola Suarez, but depending on how they throw.
30 starts for the 30-year-old right-hander Aaron Nola this year, and with that first pitch, he commences start number 31 of this season. pitches this to left, but Schwarber was in the perfect spot to grab it for the first out. 112 off the bat.
It's unbelievable.
So Nola fortunate there, and Ozzie Albies steps up. Ozzie 3 for 8 in this series, had a solo homer. That was the only run the Braves had on Monday night, was Ozzie's homer in the first inning.
Yeah, you figure they were going to get going then, and then Wheeler settled down through a good game, but they definitely got the bats going last night.
9 runs, 13 hits, and an excellent pitching performance by Spencer Strider. He went 7. He struck out 11. Just that one mistake to Bryce Harper, the 3-run homer.
That just snuck out of here, just in front row of the chop house. Still got that beard today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think he might be riding that through the end of the season.
He's definitely, you saw it, he trimmed it into a beard. It wasn't just like he hadn't shaved, so he's headed that way.
He cleaned the back up last night. I can't see. There was too much glare.
Neck lettuce.
You say neck lettuce. I like that. I had not heard that before. I call it cleaning the kitchen. Now Ozzie down here. 2-2 knuckle curve from Nola gets him, and there are 2 away. Austin Riley facing Aaron Nola, and you look at the bottom right of your screen, he has enjoyed facing Aaron Nola. 438. 5 doubles, 5 homers against him.
Well, Austin does a good job of laying off that knuckle curve, so Nola kind of comes with that sinker in, and Austin's been able to really make him pay.
Big cut there. Hit off the mask of Stubbs. Austin this year has 12 home runs in the first inning, and that is a franchise record.
Well, and that's where Nola on the road this year, which is funny, 20 home runs he's given up here, which only 11 at Citizens Bank Park, which is a place most guys give up home runs. And then the pitch that's got him has been that curveball. Only 4 home runs against Nola on that curveball last year, 11 so far in 23.
You said it. It's been a strange season for him. Coming off a wonderful 2022 in which he finished 4th in the Cy Young voting.
You always wonder sometimes, you make a deep run like that, you're pitching into what, the first day or 2 of November, how their arm. I remember when Cole Hamels had that run in 08 through 262 innings, I think, in 09, just wasn't the same guy.
But he has a good bottom of the first here to take care of Acuna, Albies, and Riley in order. To finish off this 3-game series, Braves and Phillies. Brandon Gaud, Jeff Francoeur, and Kelly Kroll with you from the park. After this one, the Braves up to D.C. for 4 against the Nationals. And then back home for the Cubs and the Nationals, both 3-game series, and then that is it. On to the postseason. Dodgers came back and won last night. They were trailing Detroit 2-0, but they won 3-2. So the Braves a lead against the Dodgers for the best record in the National League. Still at 3.5 games. The magic number is 8 for Atlanta in that department. Two-1 to Nick Castellanos. 2-2. Castellanos likes the day games. Really let that chest fly open. Center field here. Harris going back. And he's not going to get this one. Solo homer. And Philadelphia with a 2-0 lead.
His 26th homer of the season. This was just kind of a ball that spun. Slider did not do much for Bryce on this pitch. That's middle.
As you said, 26th on the season, second here in this series. And what a one-handed catch while holding on to the baby.
Glad he didn't drop the baby over the rail.
I am too. But that
Probably
was an
not
amazing catch.
But an amazing catch.
Yeah.
I give respect for him.
Yeah, you won't see that in many manuals, but impressive. This one in between the sun and the shadows out there for Harris, and he'll take it. You got to see that, right?
Yeah.
And she held on to the lollipop.
Then he puts. Oh, yes. Look at his daughter. His other daughter's looking at him like, what is wrong with my dad? Did you see that?
Yes. Oh, she's got her snack bag. She's okay.
She's like, Dad, I wanted that baseball.
Is that his wife trying to keep distance? She's just a few seats apart.
Three girls got his hands full. You know that.
That was one of the more impressive catches of the season.
Yeah. And then how quick he threw it back.
Three fly balls here to start the second inning. Two of them caught. Not only did he throw it back, pretty good arm. Watch this. Okay, says goodbye to little Susie and then just.
Jeez.
Got all the way back in the dirt.
He ain't messing around. Businessman special.
As Lou would say in Major League, somebody get that guy a uniform.
I love it, too. He was committed. He put his daughter down so quick to throw that ball back, too.
He did let her down gently, which was good. He didn't just completely discard her into the seat.
Get carried away in the moment.
Back to the top of the order, and Kyle Schwarber. Meanwhile, his boss is like, Tim, I thought you were logged in today.
Exactly. That was a nice change up to Schwarber.
He walked him last inning. Got him 1-2 here.
The old timeout.
Taylor's oldest time. players, though, are getting savvy with the timeouts. I think the pitchers are getting savvy with picking their spots as well.
Yeah.
As the season progresses. 2-2 from number 5-5. Lifted out to right. Acuna in front of the wall. Every outfielder caught a ball here in the top of the second
And
inning.
the fan of the game.
Unfortunately, it was
I know.
Those must have come quick.
Wow. What a great shot. That's awesome.
Their hands full, but
we see why the mom was sitting a little farther apart. She had the baby.
Yeah, had the baby. They had maybe a slight touch of embarrassment. No, she's beaming with pride at her husband. Matt Olson leading off the home half of the second. That comes in on the hands. He fouls it away. 0-2. Aaron Nola back to work for Philadelphia. Braves down 2-0 here early. A run for Philly in the first and another one in the second on the Castellanos homer. Aaron Nola, his 9th year in the bigs, all of them with Philadelphia. Today is his 234th career start in the regular season. And he induces a ground ball to second that Stock takes care of for the first out. Let's take a look at our Coors Light beating the pressure feature. Marcell Ozuna. You take a look at his numbers the last 30 games. Marcell hitting .345 and 25 driven in those 30 games.
Yeah, and he's reached base safely in 28 of the 30, but this is what's incredible. He's hitting through 237 on August 1st. Now he's hitting 269, slugging 476, and now 535. I mean, that is huge.
And had a big game yesterday with 3 hits and a couple driven in. Just hope that he can continue this hot hitting through October. It has been fun to watch. Ooh, generous strike call there from Andy Fletcher.
You've seen a little bit with Andy. He's not really giving the corners, but he's giving that pitch down a little bit. It's always something as a hitter to kind of notice. If it's close here on that pitch, you're going to have to go. You have to swing.
Hard hit, but on one bounce, Turner takes it. And 5 up and 5 down so far for Aaron Nola.
Eddie's got the show shoes on again today.
Oh, he does. The cotton candies. Little fur accent. Apple bottom jeans, boots with a fur.
Got to be careful when you clean those too.
Yeah, you got to be very careful. You can't just get a lot of water on those.
Can't just spray them like you do on the others.
No, you got to be. Might even have to take those to the dry cleaner. Quickly 0-2. Eddie Rosario and Nick Castellanos, who hit the homer. They are two of the most aggressive swingers in baseball, both offering at 57% of pitches, which is right near the top of baseball. And Eddie's swinging and fouling it off.
You know, Eddie's been interesting. His last 12 home runs that he's hit has been here home at Truist Park. 16 of the 21 when they start chanting Eddie. He delivers.
He is a fan favorite, has been since that postseason in 21.
Can you not be?
Yeah. He's had some clutch hits this year. He and Orlando, even though they may be two of the guys you don't think of first in terms of power, and they've delivered in big moments.
Yeah.
But here he is swinging and missing through the changeup, and we head to the third inning. Presented by Truist. It's been great weather this week here in Atlanta. Had a couple of really comfortable night games and now a good day game. Phillies up 2-0 as we head to the third inning. A lot of young kids here today as well.
Yeah, school day.
But this is a field trip.
God, what a great field trip.
Fantastic. A bunch of them were here before the game getting a tour. And neat to see a lot of young faces out in the crowd. Trey Turner, foul tip into the mitt to start the third inning. Austin Riley takes that on a couple of hops. And Trey Turner is the first out in the third inning. Hey, college students, bring your Braves to school with you with MLB.tv. If you attend a game, you can receive a free subscription to MLB.tv. So head there for details. Bryce Harper last time grounded into a double play, and he hit it almost in that exact same spot. Grounds out there again.
You know, this is exactly what Bryce needed here in this third inning. Couple quick outs, middle part of the lineup. Talk about this infield defense, man. This is what you want. You want action for him. Austin Riley only 1 error in the last 37 games.
Well, Rob Washington has talked about it a lot, but look, everybody you can talk about their improved defense. Austin at the hot corner, I think maybe is the headliner.
Well, you know what? If you work at your craft like these guys do, man, it's going to make a difference, especially late in the year. We say if you sit there in spring training and then you slowly don't do it during the year, you're going to lose that stuff. Outfielders throwing to the bases. Those are little things that add up and make a difference in a long season.
But on the road, when the first bus pulls away from the hotel to head to the stadium, those infielders are usually on it every day.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's one thing that separates these guys. Yes, they mash and they got great pitching, but they make the plays like that routine and they don't give guys extra outs.
And Bryce has Bohm 0-2. Doesn't chase the slider away. A ball and 2 strikes. Bohm drove in the first run of the game, an RBI single with 2 outs back in the first inning. Just a touch off the outside corner.
Oh, ring him up. 12:58.
Well, this will do as well. 1, 2, 3. 3 ground balls, and we head to the bottom of the third. Our Xfinity Live look cam here at Truist Park. What that cam can't show you is that we've got a great guest up here in the booth. Now, he's not on air with us, but Kevin Allison, who does a wonderful job producing the pre- and post-game shows that you see on a near nightly basis, is up here with us.
Is he up here to say hi or to get our food?
I think he's eating the cookies and the fries in the back of the room.
Smart man.
That's all right. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's earned it. Bottom 3 in the order for Atlanta, starting with Sean Murphy. Let's see if the Braves can get something going here against Aaron Nola. And that one right right there at the knees. 0-2 to Sean. Sean started on Monday night, went 0 for 3. Then Travis d'Arnaud got the nod yesterday. Three pitches. 4 strikeouts through 7 batters for Aaron Nola.
Yeah, that changeup for him. That's the tough thing. When both those pitches, changeup and knuckle curve, are on, this is the Aaron Nola that you see when he's able to go 7, 8 innings. Give you length.
Well, he's creeping up on 200 strikeouts this season. That one was number 190.
Wheeler got his 200th Monday night, which I think if you look at both these guys and how good they are, put in perspective what Spencer Strider has done with his strikeouts.
Yeah, because he's right now heading towards 270.
Yeah.
And these guys are good, and that's a lot of strikeouts, but Strider is just otherworldly this season.
What did he end up with after last night?
So he would have 270, I believe, because he entered with 259 and he had 11. Yep, he's got 270. So 6 away from tying Smoltz.
Sorry, John.
What do we say? Records were made to be broken.
Hang with it.
You had it since '96, Smoltz. That's a good run.
Andrew had his since 05 till Olson decided to.
You're still holding on to your Parkview high home run record, though.
That one's there still.
How many is it?
Not the exact number. We'll get the film.
And it will be filmed. 2-2 to Michael, bumping up a spot in the order with Nicky Lopez in the lineup, batting 9th today. Aaron Nola this afternoon making his 34th career start against Atlanta. Faced the Braves more than any other team. 33 of those in the regular season, and then 1 postseason start, which was last year Game 3, when Nola threw 6 innings of 1-run ball in a 9-1 Philadelphia victory. He's cruising so far here today. And it's 8 up and 8 down now for him. A quick message here from Zaxby's.
Warning. Zaxby's Southwest Salad is not for the faint of flavor.
See if Nicky Lopez can change Aaron Nola's fortunes here with 2 outs and nobody on in the 3rd inning. Nicky made 22 starts in Kansas City. At third base, he made some at second. He made some at short. Now you're kind of seeing the same role in Atlanta this year, where he can just kind of bounce around and fill in for anybody.
Well, he's so athletic and so dynamic that, you know, he's the perfect guy for that role. He's a great pickup by Alex Anthopoulos at the deadline. That changeup has been Nola's best pitch so far today.
And he gets Lopez to 1-2 on that pitch. Reaches for it and grounds it. And the flip from Cave to Nola makes it another 1-2-3 inning. holding on to the child and protecting your other child from the baseball. It's the Reichert family out there, and Kelly is with them.
I've made my way out here, and at this point, Grady, you have seen the play. You've heard from your buddies. I got to know, was it dad instinct taking over or those former baseball moves in you?
Maybe a little bit of both. You know, I saw it hot off the bat, and I was like, that's not good. And as it was coming in, I said, that one's got to go back because we can't accept any Philly balls out here. Not the home run I was hoping to catch today, but still got some time, so maybe Acuna will get one to me as well.
You and your wife, Brittany, are here. Typically, they sit out by the bullpen guys, but they got these tickets last minute, knowing good and well, Ronald, yeah, big home run on the way. And Brittany, you got 3-week-old Andy here with you, too, already making his TV debut.
Yes. Here you go, bud. Oh, gosh, head control. Yeah.
What were you thinking as this play unfolded?
I froze, unfortunately. It was terrifying. It was a lot happening, newborn, 3 other kids. I just froze, and thankfully Grady was dad of the year and caught it. So yeah.
You sure were, and you chucked it back like such a pro.
Yeah, I wasn't hesitating on that one.
But good and well, you now have a signed Matt Olson ball. A little bit better than the Castellanos. The Braves taking care of the Reichert family this afternoon. And down here, I want to be sure, Riley, named after? Yeah, Austin? No, just big fans.
No, but yeah, big fans, absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you for being here. I don't know how you get the family out like this, but you made the play of the day. I tell you what, Grady, I hope all your friends at home are letting you know.
Yeah, thank you. Go Braves.
Guys.
Awesome stuff.
Let him know he's got his hands full coming ahead, Kelly.
I will.
Tell him there's
She's
a lot of
the
things to
lollipop
come.
right now, though.
Yes.
Right, Riley?
Yeah,
Hey.
that lollipop doesn't stand a chance.
And catch that ball.
Oh, gosh.
He said you guys have your hands full moving forward.
3-week-old. I love it at the game.
Already getting him out in the yard.
I love how he gave us a play-by-play off the bat. Ball was hot. It's coming out and
he said
the wife was terrified.
Yes, and he said no chance he was catching and keeping a Philly ball. That one was going back. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Brandon Marsh. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Kelly. 4 straight ground ball outs for Bryce Elder. The 3 last inning, and then Stott here to start the 4th. And now that stretch is disrupted by his 4th walk of the game. And that ties a season high already for Bryce for walks in a game. And the Reichert family caught the home run ball from this guy Castellanos, and he may have just done it again. This time a 2-run shot. A pair of homers for Castellanos, and it's 4-0.
That's the one place in this stadium, Brandon, where the ball just flies. I'm not saying he didn't hit it good, but see, only 101 off the bat, but it just hits that little jet stream. And that's Castellanos first. A lot of opposite field power, but that's the 3rd home run we've seen just clear that wall by the Phillies this series.
And the 3rd by Castellanos alone in this series. And now Jake Cave, the batter. Well, since August 1st, the Philadelphia Phillies have 92 homers. In that stretch, the Braves, who obviously have been the most prolific home run hitting team in Major League Baseball this year, the Braves have 93 home runs, but the Phillies have kept pace with Atlanta on the long ball since the beginning of August. Bryce missing again. 3-0 to Cave. Bryce may have gotten a little gift there to keep the at bat alive. Cave, not an everyday guy. Usually it's Bryce Harper over there at first base, but he's DHing today. So Jake Cave gets the start, and he earns the walk. And now that is a new season high for Bryce Elder. 5 walks.
Yeah, Rick Krantz is going to come out, and as he snit going, I think, to get the bullpen phone going.
Well, they chat out there. We get a quick message from Alpha Insurance.
Hit a home run on your insurance needs with Alpha.
Braves getting Jesse Chavez up and loosening. Doesn't have his hat yet, but man, is it good to see that guy. Out since the middle of June. Just reactivated the other day for this Phillies series, and he will get a warm round of applause if and when he enters this ball game. But right now it's still Bryce Elder facing the catcher Garrett Stubbs. Stubbs tries to bunt, but it goes foul. Phillies catcher position a little different than Atlanta, where it's pretty much a true platoon. JT Realmuto gets the lion's share of the starts for the Phillies. Stubbs, this is just his 29th start of the season.
And JT Realmuto is one of those throwback guys that he catches about every game except probably once a week. Everything Bryce is missing with right now is just down. And look, you don't mind. You'd rather miss down than up a lot of the times, but he's just not been able to find that release point today.
67th pitch of the afternoon for him. And a strike on the inside corner. 1-2 to Stubbs. Another one down and in the dirt that Sean Murphy keeps in front of him. A 25-pitch first inning. Then he got into a bit of a groove there in the second and third, but now a couple of walks and a homer so far here this inning. Bryce just 4 losses this year, the last one coming on August 10th at Pittsburgh. He's been able to keep the Braves in pretty much every game, even if he's not winning it, getting a no decision and keeping it close.
That's the thing. It's not even been like it's that slider that's spiking. He's spiking sinkers.
Just wonder if it's something mechanical right now for Bryce. It's not feeling right.
Well, he's fighting it, that's for sure. Even that one right there, I think Stubbs might have done him a favor.
Well, Stubbs is hobbling around after that swing. Right off his toe.
He definitely did do him a favor. That was ball 4.
Stubbs is going to hang in there for a 3-2 pitch. Matt Olson steps in foul ground and takes it. And there are 2 away here in the top of the 4th.
I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, Brian Snitker's coming to get him. Before the Phillies go back to the top of the order, Brian Snitker is going to call upon Jesse Chavez for his return. Major League Diamond for the first time since mid-June. Let's take a look at our Xfinity Game Changer feature. 135 career games with the Braves for Jesse, but as I said, his first here since that injury back in mid-June.
Just glad he's back.
Absolutely. And Kelly, you have more.
Yeah, and speaking to Jesse this morning, he said the nerves will be back like opening day. Every time he puts on that Braves uniform, he says it is an opportunity that I do not take for granted. And he mentioned when you have injuries, especially this late in your career, you just don't know how your body's going to respond or bounce back. And he said, given the position these guys are in, I just need to go out there and make sure I can still get productive outs.
Just like this.
Yep, and there's no better way to get Jesse Chavez back than a first pitch ground ball.
Welcome back, Jesse. On to the bottom of the fourth. Atlanta looking for some offense. Maybe this guy can provide it. Zaxby's indescribably good play. Last 11 games, 7 homers, and 15 driven in for Ronald.
He just continues to do what he's done. He's reached base safely in all of 11, hit safely in 10 of the 11. Olsen and Acuna both have 9 home runs in September, most in all of baseball.
2 homers last night for this man. He hit the ball very hard, 112 miles per hour off the bat in the first inning, but he lined it to Schwarber left.
We didn't even have time to talk about Jesse.
One pitch, one out.
Yeah, he'll come back out. We'll talk about him,
yeah,
but
we'll get to wax poetically. Aaron Nola perfect so far through 3 innings. 9 up, 9 down.
That's the big thing with Jesse too, and we'll get to it next inning. But if he can be that kind of guy with some experience to come in big outs, because you know the situation's not too big for him. It was more of anything, is the stuff going to be there?
He continues to give that strike call down. Does Andy Fletcher. Ronald Acuna gets the first hit of the game for Atlanta.
Well, he lined one 112 to left field, so he's going to hit that one at 113 to make sure it got by. That's a changeup. That's the pitch that Braves have struggled with. He's had 6 swings coming into this inning off that changeup. 5 swing and misses. And smart move by Nola to pull that glove back.
Coming in hot. So Atlanta's first hit, Atlanta's first base runner. Maybe that will jumpstart the offense.
Oh, yeah.
And Ozzie takes a pitch outside.
Go back to Ronald and talk about the MVP and the consistency. Back in April and May, hit 324. Then you go to the summer, June and July, hits 342. Well, come to the dog days in August and September. What does he do? Even higher, goes to 351.
There really is not a single number to dislike with what he's done offensively. And now he has 205 hits. 4 more than anybody else in baseball.
Man.
Zone is expanding for Andy Fletcher.
Well, you know, you don't mind it, but boy, Elder, remember he had that strike 3 that one time, didn't get it.
You know, the other thing for Ronald, Jeff, is he has 78 strikeouts this year and 78 walks. Those numbers, such a big improvement from last season.
Yep.
They know they have to keep an eye on him over there.
And that's the other thing, you know, if you think about it, Aaron Nola's pitched this whole game out of the windup, just been dealing. Now all of a sudden you got to go to the stretch. You got a guy like that who's fast. You're trying to be quick to the plate. What do? You fall behind 3-1.
And now 3-2 to Ozzie.
And now you figure Ron will be going here.
'67 stolen bases on the season for Acuna. The other way, that's a good piece of hitting from Ozzie Albies.
Yeah, that's a big league AB. You get a 3-2 knuckle curve. Probably was ball 4, but still, you're not going to leave it up to the umpire. Ozzie just shoots it the other way.
So the Braves coming to life. That prompts a meeting on the mound before Austin Riley goes to the plate for Atlanta. 45.
Oh, I left him in the dust.
Yeah, so you'll always have that. Now, he does have 52 this year.
He does.
So.
As I told him, he got the last laugh.
Well, what's been so good about the Braves starters this year is that when guys have been on base, they have gotten better. It's been the opposite for Aaron Nola. This year with the bases empty, opponents are hitting .216. Runners on, 291. Runners in scoring position. Opponents are hitting 303 against Nola.
Man, that's probably why you're seeing those guys talk to him, try to calm him down here, because they got a nice 4-0 lead. But with this offense, again, you're one swing from being right back in it.
Austin struck out swinging back in the first inning. Austin takes a cut, fouls the four-seam fastball back, 0-1. That one shot over toward the Phillies dugout. No balls and 2 strikes here on Riley. "36 homers, 90 runs driven in for Austin this year, and 5 of those homers have come against the Phillies. Nola now at 50 pitches, 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. And he's able to get Austin Riley on the knuckle curve.
Now 3 hard sinkers there. Or the first 2 pitches, sorry, and you kind of sped him up a little bit, and then he threw a good curve there.
Now the Parkview High grad, Matt Olson. Matt laces this for a single to right. Ronald's around third, and the Braves are on the board.
Well, he talked about not just the long ball, him being a complete hitter this year, and here's a perfect example. Puts a good swing on it, drives in a run. So he opens up this inning. Now you got Big Bear.
Big Bear, one big swing away from potentially tying this thing. "35 home runs for him. When he got to number 35, made the Braves the first team ever to have 4 players with 35 or more homers. He, Olson, Riley, and Acuna. Clips the outside corner. 0-1. Atlanta's been so dominant against the NL East this year, 31-13 against division opponents. And right now trying to come from behind against the Philadelphia Phillies here. A ball and 2 strikes now to Marcell Ozuna. Nola deals. And Marcel shoots it foul to the Braves dugout. Again, the 1-2 pitch. This one gets away from Stubbs. 2 in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, huge break now. You see the Phillies going to play it back, of course, up 4-1, but an opportunity here, just even a ground ball anywhere in the infield. Look where they're all playing. You get another run in. Yes, you'd love a base hit, anything but contact's what you need here.
Ozuna does put it in play, but he lines it directly to Turner.
You can't do nothing about that. Ball was smoked, 104 off the bat.
And 2 outs now. A chance, though, for Eddie Rosario. Eddie, who is 8 days away from his 32nd birthday. Born back in September of '91 as the Braves were making that worst of first run and getting into the postseason and on into the World Series, where they would face the Twins. Eddie awaits the 0-1 and takes a fastball outside.
Work for it, baby. Let's see some hard work out there.
Downstairs, he got him to chase that changeup. The 30-year-old Aaron Nola dealing to the 31, soon to be 32-year-old Eddie Rosario here. Eddie hits this foul down the first base line. As Jeff mentioned earlier, in the last 3 starts for Nola, he made it into the 5th inning, but did not make it out. Here he's starting to labor for the first time in the 4th inning.
And he slowed his pace down all of a sudden. Very meticulous.
Yeah, much different with traffic. But he cruised through the first 3 innings. Set the Braves up and down 9 in a row. Called strike on the inside corner, and that'll do it in the 4th. The Braves do score, though. It's 4-1.
It's bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of
hoping they will see the Braves turn things around. Right now it's 4-1 Philadelphia, and Jesse back out there. He threw one pitch after coming out of the bullpen in the fourth inning. Got Kyle Schwarber, and now he'll face Turner, Harper, and Bohm.
See if he can throw just 3 pitches this inning.
Be impressive.
4 pitches.
I'd be here for it. Does get a strike though.
Painting corners.
Jesse reinstated yesterday. Been out since June 14th. Almost 100 days. Soft pop. Out of the outfield grass, Ozzie Albies takes it. Jesse took the comebacker off the bat of Miggy Cabrera when the Braves were facing Detroit. If you remember, the initial x-rays were negative, but there was so much swelling. When the swelling was reduced, it revealed a microfracture, and it's obviously taken him a while to get back to full strength.
You said it, Jesse doesn't have a lot of meat on the bone, so that thing had to hurt. I mean, it would hurt anybody, but got him in the perfect spot.
And Kelly, for Jesse, it's got to be tough for him trying to get back into the swing of things, right?
Without question. And I guess the silver lining to how long now they're out here, how long it took for them to actually see that fracture revealed, he said, is that he kept his arm going, right? So otherwise he would have been probably set back even further, you guys. So that, in a way, he called a blessing in disguise. But his biggest concern as he started the rehabs was the up down, and he goes, regardless of BPs and bullpens, you just can't simulate real game action. Being able to get up, go back out there, and make sure it didn't stiffen up too much like anything would, right, after a long duration. So that's what we're seeing today.
And we almost saw a fantastic play by Ronald Acuna. But after getting the first 3 batters he faced, Jesse does give up a single here to Bohm.
I was going to say, he sat down after 1 pitch, came out and got 2 outs on 4 pitches against Turner and Harper. And then first pitch to Bohm almost had a 5-pitch inning. But looks typical Jesse to me.
Did not allow a run across 3 appearances at AAA Gwinnett, and he struck out 6 through 3 1/3. So he was very sharp in his rehab work. Now he faces Bryson Stott. The other thing for Jesse, since he left us, he turned 40. He was 39 back in June, but now 40 years of age out there. August 21st was his birthday. A line drive here, foul. Nine pitches for Jesse to record 4 outs and face 5 batters.
He's good.
We love you, Jesse. Good crowd on hand here for the matinee as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-1 Philadelphia. Final game between these two in the regular season this year. The Braves have won 8 of the first 12. Remember, this season face division opponents 13 times, whereas in previous years you faced them 19 times. But with the addition of playing every team in the American League, things shuffled a bit. Line out to right field here off the bat of Sean Murphy. Well, now that we're toward the end of the season, what have you thought of the new schedule, Jeff?
Look, I don't need to see the Phillies and Mets 19 times and the Marlins and Nats. It's going towards a more balanced and fair schedule, you know?
Obviously, I wasn't with you guys in previous years, but as a fan, I thought the change would be welcomed, and
I think it is.
I've enjoyed it.
I haven't heard many people that are mad about it.
Yeah. Let's
and like
see
you
some
said,
hard
you're
work
seeing
out there.
every team at least once a year, and again, you feel like at the end of the year the schedule's been pretty fair, especially when you come to wild cards. I think it's different if it was old, where all that mattered was winning your division. If you don't win your division, you're not getting anything. So for the most part, you're playing everybody within your division. But when you start doing wild cards, you know, was it fair for, you know, the Cardinals to play the Pirates and the Brewers in years past at different times compared to, and every division goes through that, but
I just think 13 games, 4 series against each one of your division opponents is a good number. Get to see them twice at home, twice on the road, and then you get to see every American League team at your home park within a 2-season span. Michael Harris shoots this to right center field, and it gets by Castellanos. And Michael has a stand-up double.
Smoking off the bat at 104. I was thinking triple here, but Castellanos got lucky. And that ball bounced hard off the wall back to him. So he went for it here. Look at that thing. Shoots all the way back.
Michael, 3 triples this year, but didn't get a 4th. He does now have his 27th double, which is the exact number of doubles he had last year in that Rookie of the Year campaign. Nicky Lopez to left center, and the Braves are going to chip away at that deficit. It's 4-2.
How many times, Brandon, have we seen with this team, you can keep it close? And that's what I mean, getting guys like Jesse Chavez back that can give you a clean 4 outs and allow this offense to chip away. That's what we've seen from Nicky Lopez all year. Doesn't try to pull the ball. Gets a pitch tailing off the plate and just shoots it the other way.
The production coming from the 8th and 9th spots in the order. We've seen that a lot this year. So 4-2, and now you bring up Ronald Acuna Jr.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
It went around 0-1. Not only did Ronald have the 2 homers last night, he did it on his bobblehead night here at Truist.
He's one guy that showed out on his bobblehead night.
You took a couple home with the kids, didn't you?
Yeah.
I took one home for myself.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Put it on the mantle.
Nicky breaks for second base here, and he's going to steal it. Ronald is down now, no balls and 2 strikes. 6th stolen base of the year for Lopez between his time at Kansas City and now in Atlanta. Well, Ronald is Amazingly hitting .405 this year when he has an 0-2 count. .0-2 pitch coming here from Nola. Swinging bunt. And Nola is able to beat Ronald. So there are 2 away, and Lopez goes to third base.
Oh, yeah.
Ozzie sitting on 98 runs driven in. Braves already have Acuna and Olsen over 100 runs driven in. And the Braves have had 3 100 RBI players in a season 4 times in team history, the last being in the year 2003. And they are going to do it again this year. No balls and 2 strikes to Ozzie Albies.
You know, at Jesse's pitch count, I don't see anybody getting hot in the pen. I think he's coming back.
Under 10 pitches. I don't see why not. Love for Ozzie to get Nicky home here and get this down to a 1-run deficit. Nola has not been able to get through 5 innings in his last few starts. He's a strike away from getting through 5 here, but Ozzie fouls that one away. It remains 1-2. And 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Nola's missed a couple up really high here.
We've seen him on these left-handed hitters for the Braves. When he's missed, it's been arm side and running with that sinker. If you remember, he froze Eddie Rosario front door. See if he does that or tries to go that back foot knuckle curve.
Ozzie deep to right field. Is it going to stay fair? No. Just foul.
Thought he was going for party for 2 in the chop house.
I did too. I thought we were going to be level at 4 apiece. Walt's making sure they don't want to review it. No.
Ozzie knew it right away. I don't know if you noticed. He kind of put his head down.
Straighten it out, Oz. 2 down, 2-2 pitch here. Full count. Got Austin Riley, who's had great numbers in his career against Nola, but he struck out twice against him today, waiting on deck. Payoff pitch. And he gets him. There's that knuckle curve. But the Braves get a run. It's 4-2 after 5 innings. Today could be the day. And by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. Atlanta trailed 4-0. Now it's 4-2 as we head to the 6th inning here at Truist Park. And indeed, Jesse Chavez is back out here for another inning. He'll start by facing Brandon Marsh.
He looks postseason ready to me.
Absolutely. As the injury lingered, I was just thinking in the back of my head, well, you get Jesse back, be lucky to get anything out of him, but not only are they getting him back, they're getting him back, and he's looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, well, you talked about him turning 40 like that. I mean, he definitely has experience on his side and knows what he needs to do. I mean, a lot of stuff for Jesse comes down to location, right? I mean, that's his game. He's not going to overpower you with any pitch. He's trying to work the ball in and out, mix it up on the hitters. Man. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah, Andy Fletcher sometimes generous on the corners and not so much there. 3-1. And now the first walk for Jesse. Second time that Marsh has walked today. You remember last year for Jesse was so interesting. He started the year with the Cubs. He struggled. He was traded to the Braves. The Braves then dealt him to the Angels at the deadline, part of the Raisel Iglesias trade. Angels released him a few weeks later. Comes back to the Braves. His numbers with Atlanta were good, and then you didn't know what you would get from him this year. 39 turning 40. But when he has been healthy, he's been excellent.
And every time he's put the Braves uniform on, he's pitched outstanding.
This guy has 2 homers today, Nick Castellanos. So the Braves are hoping that this stays playable, and it does for Matt Olson.
You see Brad Ham starting to get loose down there. I would think Jesse's probably going to go through the next 2 hitters, and then maybe if Schwarber comes up this inning, you might see Hand come in.
First baseman Jake Cave takes that pitch inside 1-0. Mentioned Cave playing first base today. They've also used him in the outfield. He's quietly been a pretty valuable piece for them. Utility piece for Rob Thompson. Runner breaks for second. And the ball gets into center field, and now Marsh is going to head to third. So a break for Philadelphia.
I'm trying to see, did Murphy's foot slip here? Because he did not have much on that throw. Watch this. It's a strike on the outer half. Kind of spiked it a little bit. That's a tough play for Nicky Lopez.
Went through the 5-hole. So the infield comes in here with a runner at third. Three balls and a strike on Jake Cave. Ground ball right at Ozzie. That'll work. 2 outs.
Yeah, perfect. You got what you want. Now you got the 9-hole hitter up here, and you got a chance to come in and cover 2 1/3 innings. And somewhat, what, maybe 23, 24, 25 pitches.
That's what Jesse does.
Yep.
Well, got to get through Stubbs, though. Inside, and that misses. 1-0. Talked about how he's subbing for Real Muto. To nobody's surprise, JT Real Muto has the most starts among catchers in Major League Baseball this season. 123 of them. Left field, Eddie Rosario in over Lopez, and Lopez can't get there. He did everything he could.
The fact that he even made that play that close, I didn't think anybody had a chance to even get close to that ball.
He just missed it. Saw Nicky make a couple of great plays on the infield earlier up the middle. Marsh still down at third base. Jesse trying to keep this a 4-2 game here. 1-2. Right at Ozzie. Great job, Jesse. 2 1/3 keeps the Phillies at 4. And celebrating with Rick Granitz after a strong relief performance here today.
It's unbelievable. It's like a fine wine.
And from 39 to 40, it's good. Even better. When you're drinking coffee, you don't mix coffee and wine at
not yet.
2:03 on a Wednesday. And a hug from Charlie Morton. Those two 83 days apart. Charlie will turn 40 later this year. That little guy celebrating his 6th birthday. Yeah, maybe Austin Riley will hit him a home run ball.
Give the kid what he wants.
So far, both homers in the game have been by Nick Castellanos of the Phillies, and that's really the difference. Braves actually have out-hit the Phillies 5-4, but Phillies with a 2-run lead. Austin Riley back on May 25th when Nola was pitching here in Atlanta. Austin hit 2 homers off of him, but so far today, Nola's had his number. He struck him out twice. One from the right-hander. And it's foul in between the bag and Ron Washington. 1-2. And the 85th pitch of the afternoon for Nola is a good one. He has now struck out Riley 3 times today. Matt Olson, an RBI hit his last time up. Our Synovus get their feature. This is in Atlanta Braves history, and he is now 1 away from Gary Sheffield.
Pretty good company just to be on that page, but man, we got a good feeling Matt's going to break that record too.
So that's the Atlanta Braves record, the all-time franchise record. Eddie Matthews had 135 back for the Milwaukee Braves in 1953.
Yeah.
So
only 5 with that, with 11.5 games left.
I think that one might fall as well.
10.5. I don't know how many games we got left. 10 after today, right?
I was told there would be no math. Today's game 152, so yeah, 10 after today. Is 162 minus 152 is 10. Yeah. Slow roller to start. And Nola has gotten Riley and Olson here back to back, 2 away. A ground out and a line out for Marcell Ozuna today. After a 3-hit game yesterday, now he's got a hit here in the 6th inning with 2 outs.
Well, where they're at in the game is you see Big Bear here just takes a sinker right back up the middle. I think in some instances right here you'd see a lefty coming in to face Eddie Rosario, but because of Aaron Nola has struck him out both times, you're seeing him get the opportunity here. They've had that pin hot now for an inning.
One time he got him swinging, the last time looking. Paints the corner there, 0-1.
He's had him off balance all day. He's throwing a lot of off speed at Eddie. Everybody knows Eddie you can throw a 110-mile-per-hour fastball. He's not coming off it.
Aaron Nola trying to get through 6 innings and preserve this Philly lead. His 31st start of the season, and here's his 1-1 to Eddie Rosario. Down and in. Oh, Marcell Ozuna's got to hurry back, and he does.
That's another reason. Rosario 2 for 18, 9 Ks in his career off of Nola.
So he's due.
That's, yeah, you can look at it that way. I like that.
Glass half full. Plus, Eddie's hitless in those cleats over the last couple of days, and I feel like that's got to change. Nice play by Stott. He took a base hit away, and Cave kept his foot on the bag. Let's see if the Braves want to review it, but looked like he was out.
Yeah.
Nope, that'll take us to the 7th. Did he rob the home run? He's got the defensive cheat sheet in his right hand as he caught it. Pretty impressive.
Did he really?
Yeah, watch him.
Oh, my.
Quite a play out in center field, and that leads us to this. You saw the Reds there. They're one game back. The Phillies +3 right now in the wild card.
Yeah, the Giants got some work to do. They with all those teams there, they're going to have to go 10-1. I mean, they're going to have to put a stretch together.
Well, they're facing the Diamondbacks today, or the Giants, and that's, you could say, arguably an elimination game for them. But for these Phillies, they obviously have a good shot at making the postseason if they can take care of business down the stretch. And as we said earlier, they have games with the Mets, 7 of them, and 3 with the Phillies the rest of the way after leaving Atlanta here. Right now, the Phillies' magic number to clinch a postseason berth is 8. Brad Hand on out of the bullpen.
I think that tells you Nola's done for the afternoon.
And he was creeping up towards 100 pitches. Meanwhile, Hand facing the top of the Philly order. This is a high fly ball. And Matt Olson runs out of room.
That's the thing. That Phillies bullpen still got to get 9 outs. They got Alvarado down there. Johnson's warming up for the Braves.
Alvarado's trying to stay in the shade. Did you say Johnson's warming up? Pierce getting loose down there. That's a pretty good pitch from Brad Hand. Sweeper right at the bottom of the zone, and Kyle Schwarber down looking.
Look at this. I'm telling you, when you're a lefty, that's so tough when you're sitting there. That ball is kind of released right where Schwarber's body's at and just sweeps across the zone. Good pitch by Brad.
Now the shortstop, Trey Turner, 2 for 10 in the series. Same pitch, same result. Trey, the all-star the last couple of seasons with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Before that, he was with the Nationals from 2015 to the first part of 21. Of course, part of the 2019 World Series championship team. And now reunited with Bryce Harper, who he was with in Washington. Two-1 is grounded to Austin Riley. He takes it off the dirt and throws across to Matt Olson. Fans, stay tuned for the stretch presented by Synovus after the top of the 7th inning. I'd have to let a couple waters go out for the sunny afternoon game today at the booth.
Let one go last night and exploded everywhere.
It did. Someone just had a bad set of hands. We don't throw those. It's just a gentle toss down. Eddie's over, but it goes 3 rows deep. Nice catch over there. Held on to the drink.
Yeah, but every catch now, because of earlier in the game,
yeah,
just looks okay.
Yeah, that's just, they're all playing for second.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, though.
Good snag.
Looked like Andrew Luck over there. Harper tries to bunt, but Brad Hand throws him out. A 1-2-3 top of the 7th. It's crackerjack time at the ballpark as we head to the stretch.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Now, by the numbers, it's the best year of his career. Let's see if the Braves can disrupt that here. Sean Murphy's 0 for 2. Big swing and a miss at the 97-mile-per-hour sinker. Yeah, he went around, and now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Rubber game of the series here. Phillies winning game 1. Braves winning yesterday 9-3. Atlanta now sitting on 97 wins this year against 54 losses, 3 away from 100 wins. Castellanos 2 homers today. He's been the offense for Philadelphia. 1-2 here to Murph. And another foul ball out of play. Think about, though, the Braves and the Dodgers in that race for the #1 seed. Look at it like this. If the Braves finish the rest of the way with just 5 wins, so let's say the Braves go 5-6, Dodgers would need to go 10-2 in their last 12 to take over the Braves.
That's exactly. When you really start to do the math in a short amount of time, it tells you a difference.
Is it possible? Well, of course it's possible, but the Braves are in a really good spot still.
Well, the other thing, and I'll tell you this right now, Dave Roberts is not going to put everything he's got into getting that home field over getting my team ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
If it was 1 or 2 games, it might be a little different.
Yeah, you're not going to gas your guys and burn arms. It's the difference between the #1 and the #2 spot in the National League. Michael Harris doubled and scored his last time up. Ball and a strike here. Got a piece of Michael, but he's okay. One-two from Jose Alvarado. Well, same thing. This time it got him a little harder.
This is a tough at bat if you're a lefty, man. You got 99 sinking down. Ooh, the back foot that time.
Right off the top. Walking a little gingerly. By the way, Orlando Arcia has grabbed the bat and moved into the on-deck circle for Nicky Lopez.
Work for it, baby. Let's see some hard work out there.
Another 1-2 pitch and another foul ball. Jose Alvarado, his third year with Philly. Mentioned it's arguably the best year of his career if you look at the numbers. And one of a slew of hard-throwing relievers that they have out of that bullpen. Michael puts this one in play, but it's an easy play for Bryson Stott. 2 outs. So Orlando has announced as the pinch hitter. Garrett Stubbs is going to go out real quick to talk to Alvarado. Let's get a quick message in here from Texas Pete.
Texas Pete. Sauce like you mean it.
So Nicky Lopez's afternoon is done, and it was a good one. He produced an RBI single. He also played very well defensively. And now Orlando replaces him here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So after this one, the Braves go to D.C. and kind of interesting how the schedule works out. Braves first road trip opening day in D.C. and then don't go back up there until the last road trip of the year. The one thing I remember is that we sit in the heavens up there in that press box.
We do. And you were really cold while we were there earlier in the year.
It was chilly. Not going to lie to you, Jeff.
Really worried about this year, that first weekend.
Are you still worried?
You were mentally tough enough to get through some of those, but you've made it.
Well, not yet. We still got 10 left after today. It'll be a 4-game series with the Nationals up there starting tomorrow. Orlando fouls the 2-2 back. $17 homers, 60 driven in for Orlando Arcia. But the base is empty here. And a called strike. 97-mile-per-hour sinker. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Jose Alvarado. On to the 8th inning. Cole Swindell back at the ballpark today.
He's got the chain.
He's ready.
The Ronald chain.
Pierce Johnson is coming into the game, and this season, since coming over from Colorado, Pierce Johnson has been fantastic.
Now, we talked when you looked at that ERA, very inflated at home in Colorado, and he came over, and that curveball for him has really been just almost unhittable at times. And it's been a huge piece to this bullpen.
So Bryce Elder went, then Jesse Chavez, then Brad Hand. The Braves go Hand to Johnson here, and Orlando Arcia stays in at short. First pitch. Austin Riley throws across. There's one away here in the 8th inning.
Shocker. First pitch curveball like that and gets a rollover. That's why whenever you do get trades like that, Brandon, you can't just, you got to break down the numbers. You got to look at what certain guys did at certain times. And I think that's one of those scenarios. You looked at the overall numbers, didn't blow you away. He started digging in a little different, away, home and away. Now this is what he's been able to do here.
Go deeper below the surface.
Below the surface, yes.
Georgia Aquarium.
Give him a little pub.
Bryson Stott now came in and almost hit him. Yeah, Pierce has been fantastic, and he was incredibly excited for the opportunity, and not just because he was going from a team that wasn't contending to a team that was, but he just talked glowingly the other night on Clinch Night about teammates, the clubhouse, how friendly everybody's been since day one.
Well, I think, look, Bud Blackburn's a great team over there in Colorado. They don't have the talent the Braves do, so you're sitting there pitching for 4 months, and all of a sudden you get to come over here and get thrown in this and pitch the way you have. It's huge.
Right back to him. And there are 2 away. So Pierce Johnson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He's got the first 2 batters, Bowman, Stott. Now he'll face Brandon Marsh. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, Atlanta will have the top of the order, starting with Acuna coming up.
I feel like the 8th inning, that's the time to strike. If Pierce can get you out of this inning here, you've got that top part of the lineup. Try to see if you can put 2 to 3 on the board.
There's a good pitch. Curveball, 2-1. Now the bullpen has certainly done its job. Bryce Elder gave up a couple of homers to Castellanos. Left with it 4-0, but now the Braves have gotten a couple. Make it 4-2. Off the bag. Pops up to Matt Olson. Hey. It's like you're playing horse. And a 1-2-3 inning. They can laugh about it. Brandon Marsh. Pop. No problem for Matt Olson. And on we go to the bottom of the 8th. #1 in consumer banking satisfaction Southeast. And by Georgia Power. The NL East champs for the 6th consecutive season, trailing right now 4-2, but Ronald Acuna, the top of the order, is coming up. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Here's all 39 homers this year for Ronald.
And that's what you love. Look how beautifully symmetrical that is. It's not just a left field. It's not pulled down the line. I mean, we've seen it. Ronald, when he is going good, you see all those ones to center field. He stays through the ball as good as anybody in the game.
New pitcher, Jeff Hoffman. So Nola went 6 and Jose Alvarado through the 7th, and now they summon Hoffman for the 8th inning. 86-mile-per-hour fastball downstairs.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
49th game of the year for Jeff. He was with the Reds the last couple of seasons. 5 seasons prior to that with the Rockies. Now trying to find a home in Philadelphia. Ronald swinging at the 2-0. Out of play. Braves run so far today, an Olsen RBI single in the 4th, and then Nicky Lopez had an RBI hit 1 inning later. And now Ronald has a 3-1 count here to start the 8th inning. I think Ronald questioning that call.
Well, he's questioning because it's been a strike some. It's also been a ball some today.
And now he goes down. He tried to stop the swing, but the slider got him, and there's 1 out. Now, you see how that's such a big shift. If that's ball 4, Ronald gets on, and now the strikeout. Things change.
Well, and it changes for him because all of a sudden he doesn't have to worry about the speed of Ronald over at first base.
Ozzie is 1 for 3, had a single back in the 4th, and he struck out twice. Ozzie Albies this time able to keep it fair. He had a foul ball homer that just missed the foul pole down the right field line. This time the double inside the chalk with 1 out.
You know, that's what you needed. You had to have that one base runner. That's a hanging curveball, and Ozzie turns on this beautifully. Now you bring Riley and Olsen up with a chance.
Riley is due 3 strikeouts today. All of those were against Aaron Nola. Now he gets a crack here at Jeff Hoffman. That was the one?
Yes.
Slider 0-2. Boston 2 for 10 in this series. He fouls a fastball right back to the net and keeps it 0-2.
I think Hoffman meant to throw that ball right there. Got away with one. That was 97, middle.
And Hoffman deals again. And that ball is fouled off, and it stays 0-2. 2 0-2.
2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0-2. 2 0
This one's back towards us, but it's going to fall just shy. Austin is battling here. He represents the potential tying run in the bottom of the 8th inning. On a gorgeous 80-degree afternoon here in Cobb County. Downstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, a couple of times in the series in Philadelphia, even though the Braves won 3 of 4, the Phillies had similar comebacks late against Atlanta. See if the Braves can return the favor here at Truist Park. There's a single the other way. Ozzy's going to come home. And Austin Riley has made it 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th.
Man, I'm telling you, that's an AB. When you're 0 for 3 on the day with 3 Ks, you've not made really any contact at all. You get 2 strikes on a guy like Hoffman. You go in straight battle mode. And right there, to be able to put that ball in play. And not only that, drive a run. Hanging first Thompson to go down, and you got the right guy. Olsen in the 8th inning this year, 63 ABs, got 10 long balls.
He's not going to face Jeff Hoffman. Rob Thompson dipping back into the bullpen.
Let's turn it up. Get fired up.
In the bottom of the 8th inning, but first a word from Delta.
On behalf of our Atlanta-based crew, go Braves. Delta, official airline of the Atlanta Braves.
So they bring in the lefty, Gregory Soto.
And White's big in this situation. Look, lefties are hitting 110, but with only 1 out and Marcell Ozuna on deck, you're making that decision that Olsen's your guy because righties are hitting 261 off Soto. So.
But Matt Olson grounds this. What a stop by Turner. And they do get the lead runner, Riley. Just a fantastic play by Trey Turner.
Man. What a play, full extension.
And then the flip to Stott, too, not easy. I thought for sure that was going to get into the outfield grass. So now Marcell Ozuna takes a fastball outside. Kevin Pillar has grabbed a bat. He's moved into the on-deck circle. But right now, all eyes on number 20.
Call that a ball.
Marcell will take it.
Yeah.
In the air to right field. Going back and over Castellanos. He's at the wall. Off the top of the wall. This game is tied.
No, Brandon, that couldn't have worked out any better because it was so high like that. It allowed Olsen to be able to score all the way from first. And this is what I was telling you. You got the lefty at 110, so you bring him in, but a righty, you get a nice 2-0 count, and that ball popped up. But still, Big Bear almost put us up for good.
It just kept carrying. So now he will be relieved, and Forrest Wall will come in, the speedster, to pinch run at second base. And as I said, Kevin Pillar was waiting to hit next, so he will have that opportunity now. Deserved high fives for Marcell Ozuna. Off the bat, I thought that was going to the track and Castellanos would catch it, but thankfully.
That area right there, you get it up, just keeps going.
Kevin Pillar here, a chance to put Atlanta out in front in the bottom of the 8th inning. No balls and a strike. Austin Riley with a huge RBI hit and at a bat where he really battled, and now Ozuna ties the game at 4 apiece. Oh, 1 from Gregory Soto. 0-2 challenged him upstairs. Kevin steps out. Top of the 9th, the Phillies will have the bottom 3 in their order schedule. He got him to swing at something downstairs, a slider in the dirt. But we've got a brand new ball game. From down 4-0, the Braves have tied it. On for the 9th. Our Bounty Quick Stats, it shows you the numbers for Rysell since August 1st. And you see at the bottom there, he was the National League Reliever of the Month back in August.
Yeah, we felt like that. He has had great control. Fastball's been on point. And the changeup's been really good.
He'll face 7, 8, 9 in the order for Philadelphia.
Yeah, both lineups here in the 9th will have 7, 8, 9. But again, that's why it's so important. We talk about that middle relief. Jesse Chavez, Hand, Johnson, and now Iglesias. But they've been able to keep the Phillies at 4 runs and give this Braves offense a chance to do what they do.
Castellanos has hit 2 home runs today. He had the solo homer in the 2nd, then a 2-run homer in the 4th, and that's the last time that the Phillies scored. Castellanos hits this pretty well to left, but going over is Kevin Pillar for the first out. So one away, got through Castellanos, and now Jake Cave will be the batter. There is that changeup from Iglesias. On the other side, you see who's warming. Kimbrel for Philadelphia. 0-2. And he lost his guard there on the swing to Jake Cave. Got him. 3 pitches. Upstairs, Cave down swinging, 2 away.
Now, if you see him go after that 0-2, what you do? You go right back there just a little bit higher. Iglesias with great control is able to do it.
5 pitches, 2 outs, and now the catcher stops. See if he can get him and avoid going back to that top of that order and Kyle Schwarber. One from Rysell. A ball and 2 strikes.
Get this out right here, and then sometimes you got the right guy up at the right time. Murph leading off the 9th. He's due.
Crowd urging on Rysell. Iglesias. Pop fly over towards Matt. Went as far as he could. Yeah, Murphy, then Harris, then Arcia scheduled for Atlanta in the bottom of the inning. Another 1-2 from Rysell. This one's in play. Orlando will take it. Sean Murphy will lead off the bottom of the 9th. 4 apiece as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Sean Murphy, Michael Harris, Orlando Arcia, the scheduled hitters, and former friend of the program, Craig Kimbrell, is on for Philadelphia.
You know, Craig got his 400th save here in Atlanta a while back, so
he's had his moment.
Exactly. Time to pay him back.
Now, Sean Murphy, as we mentioned, is due 0 for 6 in the series, 0 for 3 today, and was 0 for 3 back on Monday. The Braves this year have 5 walk-off victories, but they have not had one since June 8th, when Jeff proclaimed poor Larry a crown.
Poor Sean a crown.
I like where your head's at, partner. Back on the 8th, it was Ozzie with a walk-off homer. Kimbrell's first pitch outside. Ozzie actually has the last 2 walk-off game-winning hits for the Braves. June 8th and then back on May 24th as well.
Well, he might get another opportunity today, because if there's a runner on or a couple runners on, I can promise this, Ronald will get intentionally walked.
Craig Kimbrell, the 2-0 pitch here from the closer to Sean Murphy, the catcher, and time is called before the pitch. And it's violation, 3-0. First one of those we've had today.
Well, it happened at a perfect time, too, right? Atlanta this year on 3-0 counts, 9 for 17 with 5 long balls.
He's taking 3-1. If he does get on, you'd have to think Luke Williams probably would pinch run. And he will get on. Winning run at first base.
Yeah, Luke Williams is already out of the dugout and almost beating him to first.
Sean did his job. Remember, Forrest Wall was a pinch runner last inning, so even though he's a little faster than Luke, he's not the option. So Luke gets the nod.
Let me tell you, that was a selfless at bat, too. Look, Murphy, if he's feeling good right there at 3-0, you probably see him let it loose. He knows the situation. He hasn't been swinging it great. Knows, I need to get on base here.
He
work
does,
for it,
and
baby.
that gives way
Let's
out
see
of
some hard work
Harris.
out there.
Williams breaks for second. He stole it easily.
Well, that's one thing, Brandon. Kimbrell's got that high leg kick. And you saw, I mean, he was gone the moment that foot went. Watch this, bam. I mean, he never had any chance.
The winning run in scoring position. Oh, 1 to Michael. 0-2. Luke Williams, by the way, the former Philly, debuted with him back in 2021. Out at second base, representing the potential winning run. But Michael Harris goes down, foul tipped on the knuckle curve into the mid of Stubbs for out number 1.
But you said it earlier, Eddie Rosario's come up with some huge hits, and this guy right here, Orlando Arcia, who did not get the start today, but came in to face Alvarado in the 7th. Get a chance to walk us off.
He had the walk-off game winner all the way back against San Diego in early April in the home opener. Luke breaks for third, and he's going to steal that base as well. Well, now you've got a real good thing going here if you're Atlanta.
Now all of a sudden the outfielders, you're going to see them creep way in.
He does the Acuna, revving the engine.
Why not?
Infield in, outfield in. Here we go, folks. 2-0. Braves trailed 4-0, but then they scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in the bottom of the 8th to get us to this point. Big swing and a miss, 2-1. Two and two, same thing. I feel like Orlando's right on it.
And that's what we talk about. Remember, during the postseason, these are the times you got to be able to put the ball in play and give yourself an opportunity.
Orlando takes his timeout. Fouled back.
You're awesome.
Thirteenth and final meeting between Philadelphia and Atlanta here in the regular season. A good one. Braves have won 8 of the first 12. Trying to get a 9th win against Philly this year. The 2-2 to Arcia. And the same thing. Foul back to the second deck.
It's funny. You keep thinking. You remember all these years of Kimbrel with that good knuckle curve, and I think he's just scared to bounce that thing too right here. He's trying to get him on that fastball elevated a little bit.
Clock was getting down again, and Stubbs, the catcher, was telling Kimbrel to step off, and he does to keep it a 2-2 count. Orlando, right field. Castellanos over. He's got it. Williams tags. And he's out at the plate, and we are headed to extra innings. And Walt Weiss says he's out. They don't want to look at it. So close. Stubbs applies the tag. Free baseball in Cobb County.
On for extra innings, but great throw here by Castellanos to end the bottom of the ninth. As you see, Williams kind of got a little late start. You see how Castellanos caught it and kind of spun, and it's like anything. He wanted to make sure he didn't leave early. And you can see, got him easy.
So Castellanos not only has hit 2 homers today for Philly, he keeps the game alive for them as we head to the 10th inning. And Minter will have to face the top of the order. Schwarber, Turner, and Harper. You have the runner out at second here in the 10th inning.
You know, one thing Castellanos did a great job of, too, is you see Travis d'Arnaud now behind the plate, is by catching it and turning like that, he kept his momentum in a good spot. If he tries to come around that, you're throwing kind of off balance to the side, and chances are that ball tails on you.
AJ's 0-1 pitch outside. So the last out in the 9th inning, catcher Garrett Stubbs out there at second base.
You know, if Atlanta can get out of this inning and not give up any runs, if you're Ronald Acuna, I would just walk to first base next inning.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to pitch to him.
I wouldn't even take my bat up. I just walk down to first.
He's scheduled to lead it off in the home half of the 10th. AJ turns and gives a look at Garrett Stubbs here. Well, 4 runs, 4 hits for Philly, 4 runs, 9 hits for Atlanta. Almost ended it there in the bottom of the 9th inning, but not to be. Now a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Kyle Schwarber.
Oh,
checked down. He did not go, says Mike Estabrook. So a leadoff walk. Runners at first and second now, and Trey Turner coming up. Ground ball to Austin. Taps the bag. That is huge. Double play.
Well, thank you very much. 5-3 double play. That is huge. Right to him.
And now with Schwarber being at second base, they're going to pinch run for him. Johan Rojas, normally the center fielder with a lot of speed, is going to come into the game here. And the dangerous Bryce Harper is the batter. Bryce 0 for 4 today. Last time up in the 7th inning, he tried to bunt, but he bunted it back to the mound and was retired. Grounds this foul, 0-1. Number 1 pick by the Nationals way back in 2010. Of course, the big trade to the Phillies, the 7-time All-Star. Bryce Harper awaits the 0-1 from A.J. Minter. All in a strike. Well, 1-2. AJ has what he wants. He deals. An appeal, but he didn't go. A.J. trying to keep this game locked at 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Full count. Right-handed hitting Alec Bohm, the cleanup hitter, would be next.
I love the idea of running this ball kind of in on him right here.
Here's the 3-2. First a spin around and a look at Rojas.
If you throw a really good cutter away, you can get Harper. The worrisome thing sometimes, though, is if it doesn't get on that outer part of the plate, he wants that ball out over the plate to extend. It's a dangerous pitch.
Now A.J. comes home. And missed downstairs. Harper walks. And the top of the 10th continues.
Now, look, you had a base open. At the end of the day, you didn't have to give it to him. Alec Bohm in his career, 4 for 9 off Mentor.
Well, so got to be careful with this guy as well. And he's had 2 hits today, including an RBI single back in the first inning.
Likes to swing early in the count, too.
He takes that pitch, and it's called a strike on the outside corner. Runners go, and they will steal it, so they'll be at second and third now.
Now Cinch got a decision. Do you put him on? Yeah, I think they're going to put him on and pitch to the lefty Stott. And I'll tell you what, I don't mind. If you're the Braves, I don't mind that at all with him going off right there. Now you get the lefty-lefty matchup you want. I know there's no room for error, but you have confidence in A.J. that he can throw strikes.
Well, and you gave the numbers small sample size, but Bohm 4 for 9 against Mentor as well.
Took the bat right out of his hand. You always wonder in a situation like that, you got a young guy at second, Rojas right there. You know, did he just go on his own, realizing you could read it, not knowing the situation?
Well, now the base is loaded. First pitch to Stott is a strike on the inside corner. Bryson Stott, 25-year-old in his second year in the bigs. He awaits an 0-1 from A.J. Minter. And he gets it fair by Austin Riley. Bryson Stott delivers with a huge 2 RBI single in the top of the 10th.
I mean, give credit to Stott there, Brandon. That pitch is off the plate a good 4 or 5 inches and just shot it down the line. It's an impressive piece of hitting.
A 2 RBI double for Stott. So now they're at second and third. Well, the air comes out of the balloon a little bit, but if you're Atlanta, you still have the top of the order coming up at the bottom of this inning. See if A.J. can bear down here and get Brandon Marsh. Well, 2 of the 4 games at Citizens Bank Park last week went to extra innings, and now the 3rd and final game here in Atlanta going to extra innings. Castellanos would be next. He's a right-handed hitter who has a couple of home runs today. AJ's 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike. Certainly this game bigger for Philly than it is for Atlanta, and they've got a 2-run lead back here in the top of the 10th inning. 3-2 now to Brandon Marsh. Phillies a few games up in the top wild card spot in the National League. Payoff high, another walk. With 3 walks for AJ, 4 if you include the intentional walk this inning. And they are reloaded for Castellanos, and Rick Kranitz is going to come out for a visit. Kirby Yates is getting warm for Atlanta. Well, this game can turn quickly. I thought when Castellanos caught that ball there in the bottom of the 9th that Williams was going to score and we were going to be headed to the bird with smiles on our faces, but different story now.
Yeah, and give credit to Castellanos. He made a really good throw, a good turn on it, and you know, then you get that double play by Turner and you figure head in the right direction. You get Harper 1-2 and just AJ hadn't been able to finish these hitters off today.
And he knows he has to be careful with Nick Castellanos. First pitch, he throws him a fastball and Castellanos fouls it. 0-1. Now Philly at every base here in the top of the 10th with 2 outs. 2 runs already in on the Stott RBI double. A ball and 2 strikes now.
You know, I like staying right there, Brandon. Stay up top part of the zone on Castellanos. That's a tough pitch to get on top of. Maybe get a strikeout or a pop-up.
Darno gives Minter the sign, and here we go. Right field going foul, and Acuna will not get there. Stott's 2 RBI double, giving Philadelphia their first run since way back in the 4th inning. Atlanta had gone from down 4-0 to tying this thing at 4 apiece. AJ strikes him out. Changeup takes care of Castellanos. Phillies do get 2. Now the Braves bring Ronald Acuna and the top of the order to the plate. The 10. Top of the order coming up for Atlanta. And some new faces for Philadelphia in new places. First of all, they've got a new pitcher out there in Matt Strahm, the lefty. And then Rojas stays in the game in center field, and that moves the former center fielder Brandon Marsh over to left.
Yeah, look, you hate you down two, but at the same time, getting Castellanos there was huge to keep this because you got the part of the order you want. That's the part that tied it up in the 8th.
Orlando Arcia starts out at second base. Ronald is 1 for 4 today, 5 hits in the series. And the first pitch from Strahm is a ball, 1-0. Big cut. Strahm worked a perfect 8th inning with a strikeout in Monday night's game here at Truist Park. So now called on for a second time this series. And both bullpens at this point getting somewhat thin. It's a 5th reliever that Philadelphia has used. Two-1 to Ronald is hit to second base. Bobbled for a moment, but Stott recovers. And obviously for Philadelphia, that is a very big first out. But now you get Ozzie coming up from the right side of the plate.
Yeah, right now they're in the mode of they'll give up a ground ball out and trade a run. Having the 2-run lead.
Yeah, so that infield staying back in a 6-4 game. Ozzie fouls it to the third deck. No balls and a strike. Ozzie trying to become the 3rd Brave to reach the 100 RBI mark. He's sitting on 98. Chase that one way upstairs. Another 0-2 here from Matt Strahm to Ozzie Albies. A ball and 2 strikes. Austin Riley next, and then of course behind him, if we get that far, would be Matt Olson. Rob Thompson knows how big this game is, and every game is for his club moving forward. They're clinging to a 6-4 lead in the bottom of the 10th. Ozzie puts it in the air to center. Orlando will tag. 6-5, but now 2 outs here in the 10th. Ozzie does get his 99th run driven in of the season.
Now see if Austin can either tie it or get on and give the MLB home run leading Matt Olson a chance to walk it off.
After 3 strikeouts, Austin Riley took out some frustration in the 8th inning with an RBI single to right. Garrett Stubbs wants to talk to Matt Strahm. Just misses. 1-0 to Austin. Matt wanting a chance here. Rubber game of the series. And a 2-ball, no-strike pitch coming to Austin Riley. And Austin skies it. This should do it. Stott, the man who had the game-winning hit, also catches the ball that ends the game. And in 10 innings, Philadelphia wins 6-5, and they also win the series 2-1 against Atlanta.
I tell you what, you felt good about where you were after the Braves came back, and you thought that fly ball, but player of the game, Castellanos, he had 2 home runs, threw the game-winning run out for the Braves there in the bottom of the 9th, and Stott had that big hit. You know, the middle part of the bullpen with Chavez, Hand, Johnson, Iglesias did a great job, allow this offense back in it. But that being said, again, we feel that this team and the Braves, about 2.5 weeks, got a feeling they might be matching up again.
Yeah, very likely could see these Phillies again in the postseason. A lot to be determined between now and then, and it will start tomorrow with a 4-game series beginning in D.C. against the Washington Nationals. We will be bringing you all 4 from up there against Washington. We thank you for joining us on the broadcast here today for the matinee at Truist Park. For our entire crew, for producer Gretchen Caney, for our director Mike Miller, for everybody else and the production staff that brought you today's game, for Jeff Francoeur and Kelly Kroloff, Brandon Gott signing off from Truist Park. Stay tuned now. Braves Live postgame show presented by Xfinity is coming up next. So long, everybody.
Welcome into Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. Unfortunately, in a heartbreaking loss, your Atlanta Braves unable to win the set against the Philadelphia Phillies here at Truist Park. 6-5 the final after 10 frames. A pretty competitive baseball, simply put. Trevor Scales and Pete Moylan are here with you on the battery to recap it all. And I think that, like, heartbreaking sort of element is what has me a little bit down in the dumps, right?
It's fine.
Fully understand that there's a bigger picture to look at, right? Just, this is a tough one for it to unfurl the way that it did.
Well, here's something for you. This is my last show on Braves Live this year, so I'm not going to let you go negative. I'm just going to be... Actually, I'm going to have to go negative for just a little bit. Elder had a tough one to start off with. Minter had a tough one. Apart from that, everything was okay. We're going to be just fine. We've got things to talk about. We've got things to work out.
Still found a way to score 5 runs. Still found a way to keep yourself competitive throughout this entire match. But that's exactly what you expect this Braves baseball team to do each and every night. But to get to the forward key to the game, to address the negativity that the homie Pete brought up, effortlessly, I should say, bottom of the 9th frame is where we had a chance to put this thing away, if not for a dang good play out there in right field.
ABL alum Luke Williams comes in, makes an instant impact, steals the base on honestly a huge jump, gets Kimbrel, and then no looks again, doesn't even draw a throw. We're in a pretty good spot. You think with a fly ball from Arcia, we're going to have a chance to score. And look at what happens here. Look at the play from Castellanos. What he does is he times it so he doesn't come in and catch it properly. He lets it drop a little bit more so that Luke has to wait a little bit, takes away all his momentum, and then it takes, honestly, a throw up the line to get him because it's in front of the plate. There's no other way that that play's made. If that's a perfect throw, if that's a throw on the plate, I think he might even be safe. But because of where he had to move, it just ended up being perfect. Then we go along to the 10th. We get to this point, 2 outs, and then all of a sudden Stott just pokes his butt out, honestly, and the bat the other way and shoots it down the line for 2 runs. I honestly thought at that point we were going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Then the adrenaline's drawn out of it, and then the game feels like at that point, okay, we're in trouble.
Trying to get through it.
You're just
trying to get through it, right?
Exactly.
Like, and the walks got you in trouble if you're AJ Minter, but I fully understand that, like, these are still dang good at-bats being put together by a Philly lineup that is built to do just that. They do not strike out. Like, they find ways to just get on base and pester you and stay up at that plate time and time again.
They're fighting for their lives, too. They're fighting for something that, you know, that loss yesterday was probably a little bit of a momentum swing in that clubhouse, but credit to them, they were able to. And Nola was pretty good early on, too.
Yes, he was.
Credit to the Braves, were able to come back, tie it up, and again, give us a chance to, short of a really smart play and probably a really huge day from Castellanos today, you know, we're looking at a victory today, so I'm definitely not worried, and I'm not going to let anybody let me go negative.
That's right. No, we're putting it behind us, baby. We had to address the elephant in the room, the proverbial one at least, but Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot is right back to that positivity. Nicky Lopez, you talk about Nick Castellanos having a dang good day on both sides of the ball. Nicky Lopez did his dang golf thing as well.
He seems to, anytime he gets an opportunity, he gets a chance, he does something special. He's already made some unbelievable defensive plays. There was a play earlier in the game where he comes up and saves the inning right here. Look at this. This is to save the inning. Look at Marsh. He's turning. He's making a turn, thinking that ball's up the middle. He's going to go to second. All of a sudden, he's like, oh, I'm going to beat it out.